Here's the second, right? So like that begs the question. If you're someone that is trying to get in, but you want to get to three properties, it's like, all right, how do we get to three properties in 10 years or less based on your own situation? And you put this chart together here, GC. Talk me through it.
Yeah, the really exciting thing, guys, is if you start with one property and you just are in the game and you hold on and you follow this pathway, you're going to be able to add properties without contributing any additional cash to this investment, right? And so what I did is I started to think through, okay, what if we did this strategy over the first 10 years? Let's say that we bought a property in 2025. And then we said, what if we do a cash out refinance in 2035 and assume all the assumptions play out like they have? How many more properties would we be able to get to in 10 years or less? So that's with zero cash contribution. And then we're going to look if we wanted to actually speed it up, how much would we need to contribute in order to get there? But the really exciting thing that I think a lot of rental property investors, I know a lot of our clients don't take full advantage of, is they don't take full advantage of the equity that they've built up in their homes. And it's just sitting there. And it can actually turn into more assets, which inevitably speed up the timeline for you to accomplish your financial outcome. And this chart starts to go down that path.
Got it. So what I'm seeing here, GC, is the idea of you do one today, and let's say you don't have any extra income, right? Like I know that JWB properties are cash flow positive, so they kind of pay for themselves. You have your reserves and you have stuff set aside when you get in, right? So like you're coming in kind of like with something, either whether it's inside a retirement account or outside a retirement account, you make sure that people have the capital to like be in there for the game along with the support from JWB. But then, many of us also, whether it's by design because you make more than you spend and you're able to save 10 grand a month extra. I'm sorry, 10 grand a year, 10 grand a month extra. I wish 10 grand a year extra, or maybe even 25K a year extra based on salary, or who knows, maybe you get you're in sales, you get a big bonus, these like different kinds of things that happen for people in the middle of the year. Maybe you cash out another asset, you do something well. There's these other scenarios where you can start kind of like figuring it out. And what I'm seeing in this chart is just based on appreciation alone, in 10 years, you can, you can plan to have two properties owned if you just get one today. If you're putting 10K a year away, you can get to three properties owned within 10 years to get like that same kind of like value ball going. And if you can find a way to put 25K a year away, then now you're really building some like wealth super fast with like 4.3 properties a year. If I'm looking at this correctly, GC, would it be fair to say that 10 years later this would double again? I don't know if I'm jumping over too many things, right? But if I'm like I'm doing the math of like I saw that one property gets you to two in 10 years. I saw that Linda with three got to six in 10 years. Is it fair to say that it's likely to kind of like double again at that 20-year mark if you do it correctly?
Yeah, it would actually be better than doubling. It would, because all of your profit centers get better with time. So the years 11 through 20 are better than years 1 through 10.
Hmm.
And so, yes, it would actually be even easier to have alien baby properties simply by doing a cash out refinance and not bring any additional capital to your, in essence, to your retirement plan. And I think this is important to just kind of like compare here, right? As Americans, many of us have 401ks. And so it's very normal for us to think about a contribution to our 401k. And we say, well, that's normal. That's what we should be doing. If you make 100 grand a year and you contribute 3% to your 401k every year, you're contributing $3,000 to your
Mhm.
401k. So this idea of contributing to your retirement planning is ingrained in many Americans. However, it's very foreign to think about doing it for your rental property portfolio.
Mm.
But as we talk all the time about on this show, it's like, wow, the power of what this rental property portfolio can do for your financial outcomes. One of those being retirement is like no other asset class. So I kind of want to just like point that out to everybody, right? This idea of contributing cash is normal in one place with an asset class that it doesn't have a lot of the same advantages that we have here.
Yeah.
So if you are in a place where you can actually contribute more to your rental property portfolio, what you can do is get to that magic number within 10 years or less, that magic number of 3 properties. And what we have seen previously from this presentation is that if you can get to a portfolio of just 3 rental properties, in 10 years, this starts to significantly change your life. In 20 years, call that more than significantly change your life. And in 30 years, 31 years, the life-changing aspects are very much there, and that's when many of us will actually need it, especially when it comes to the net rental income component.